Hi, I'm James Smith, and I'll be your online English teacher. Welcome to my daily podcast, the Royal Guard Podcast. Daily English made to say. Hello there, and welcome back to the Royal Guardian Podcast. I am James Smith, your daily companion on this journey to English fluency. I hope you are having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Here in London, the sky is a very dramatic shade of gray, and it has been raining nonstop since Tuesday. But inside the studio, the kettle is boiled. My Earl Grey tea is at the perfect temperature, and Barnaby, my intern, has just managed to trip over his own shoelaces without breaking anything valuable. So, all things considered, it is a good day. Today, we are going to talk about a superpower. It is not flying, and it is not invisibility. It is the art of small talk. You know that terrifying moment when you are in an elevator with a stranger or waiting for a meeting to start, and the silence is so heavy it feels like a physical weight? We are going to fix that. By the end of this longer episode, you will have a collection of natural, easy phrases to break the ice in any situation. You will sound friendly, confident, and culturally fluent. But first, to get our brains ready and receptive, let us relax with the good news. Story number 1 is quite fascinating. Psychologists in Chicago have published a study proving that talking to strangers actually makes us happier. Most people think that keeping to themselves on the train or bus is better, but the study showed that people who had a small chat with a stranger felt significantly more positive afterwards. So, today's lesson is not just about English. It is about improving your mental health. Science says, talk to people. Story number 2 involves a penguin. In Japan, there was a penguin named Lala who lived with a human family. Every day, Lala would put on a tiny backpack and walk alone to the local fish market to buy sardines. The neighbors loved him, and he never got lost. So, if a penguin can navigate the streets of a Japanese city and do his shopping, I am absolutely certain that you can navigate a small conversation in English. Now that we are smiling, let us move on to the educational part of our show. Before we start our story, I want to give you the word of the day. Today's word is icebreaker. An icebreaker. Literally, this is a ship that breaks ice in the Arctic. But in conversation, an icebreaker is a phrase or a comment used to relieve tension and start a conversation with someone you do not know. For example, talking about the weather is the classic British icebreaker. Keep this word in mind. Now, let us move to the listening challenge. I am going to tell you a story about Barnaby trying to use an icebreaker. It did not go well. Listen carefully to the details, because I will test your memory in the next section. Last Tuesday, Barnaby was taking the tube, the London Underground, to work. It was rush hour, so it was very crowded. Barnaby was standing next to a very elegant woman who was holding something fluffy in her lap. Barnaby, trying to be friendly and practice his small talk, decided to speak. He smiled at the woman and said loudly, "Oh, what a beautiful dog. Is it a poodle?" He then reached out his hand to pet the fluffy animal. The woman looked at him with horror. She screamed, "Don't touch my hat." It was not a dog. It was an expensive, furry winter hat. The whole carriage went silent. Barnaby turned bright red. He was so embarrassed that he got off at the next station, even though it was 3 miles from our studio. He walked the rest of the way in the rain. Poor Barnaby. Let's look at some vocabulary from that disaster. First, rush hour. This is the time of day when everyone is traveling to or from work, usually 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Second, carriage. In the UK, the individual cars of a train are called carriages. And finally, bright red. This is the color your face turns when you make a terrible mistake. Now, let's see if you were listening better than Barnaby was looking. I am going to ask you 3 questions. I will give you 5 seconds of silence to think and answer out loud. Question number 1. Where was Barnaby traveling when this happened? He was on the tube or the London Underground. Question number 2. What did Barnaby think the woman was holding? He thought she was holding a dog, specifically a poodle. Question number 3. What was the object actually? It was a fluffy hat. A very expensive mistake. Well done if you got those right. And remember the lesson. Always look twice before you try to pet a stranger's clothing. Now, take a deep breath. Shake out your shoulders. We are going to start the most important part of the episode, the shadowing session. Today, we are doing something special. Because small talk requires confidence, we are going to repeat every phrase twice. This is how it works. I will say the phrase. Then, there is a pause for you to repeat it. Then, I will say it again immediately. And you repeat it again. This double repetition builds muscle memory very fast. Let's start with the classics. In the UK, if you don't know what to say, you talk about the weather or the environment. Imagine you are standing at a bus stop or in a queue. First phrase. A comment on the cold. It is a bit chilly today, isn't it? It is a bit chilly today, isn't it? Next phrase. For when it is finally sunny. Lovely weather we are having, don't you think? Lovely weather we are having, don't you think? Next, a question about a shared situation, like a delayed train. Do you have any idea how long the wait is? Do you have any idea how long the wait is? Next, asking for permission to sit down. Excuse me, is this seat taken? Excuse me, is this seat taken? Excellent. You are sounding very polite. Now, let's move to compliments and observations. This is a great way to make someone smile and start a chat. First phrase, complimenting an object. I really like your bag. Where did you get it? I really like your bag. Where did you get it? Next, commenting on a busy situation. It is absolutely packed in here today. It is absolutely packed in here today. Next, the Friday feeling. Use this at work. Are you glad it is finally the weekend? Are you glad it is finally the weekend? And finally, how to end the conversation politely. Anyway, I should let you get on. Have a good one. Anyway, I should let you get on. Have a good one. Brilliant work. Absolutely top-notch. Small talk is not about saying something profound or intelligent. It is just about making a connection. It is about showing the other person that you see them. I hope you feel more prepared for your next elevator ride or waiting room experience. Barnaby is currently trying to dry his clothes with a hairdryer in the corner, so I think I should go and help him before he sets fire to his shirt. Thank you so much for listening to The Royal Guardian. If you enjoyed this longer session, please subscribe and share it with a friend who hates awkward silences. I am James Smith. Keep talking, keep shadowing, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.